Frustrated pupils and parents from Ndlale Secondary School in Soweto are protesting this morning. They say the school building has been dilapidated since 2015 and that learning conditions are inhumane. Children are staying home for weeks on end and parents want their children to be placed in other schools temporarily so they can learn. For more on this, let's speak to our reporter Heidi Giokos, who's covering that story for us. I see, Heidi, that those parents are relentless in terms of their protest. Does that mean that learning has been disrupted today?
Well, learning has been disrupted for grade 8 to 11 learners at Kwateta. Matrics have been accommodated in other containers because they are going to be starting with their prelims soon. So parents and SGBs decided to rather have the grade 8 to 11 learners not attend school because basically there's nowhere where they can be taught. So it's a massive problem. Parents are frustrated. They've basically arrived at the district office here in Soweto. They are going to be handing over a memorandum soon, but they came all the way to the district office, to hand over this memorandum as they feel as though there needs to be some kind of action and answer. What's quite alarming about the stories, though, is that the school has been under construction since 2015. Learners have been subjected to learning in containers, which is all good and well, but that's a temporary solution, and this is why parents want there to be a permanent solution, and it seems as though there is no solution in sight. The contractor arrived at the actual site of the school, trying to explain to parents what the actual problem is, and they told the contractor to leave. The security actually had to ask her to leave because things started getting really tense, because the parents and the SGB feel as though they've heard the excuses time and time again. According to the contractor, the school cannot be revamped and restored. It needs to be completely demolished in order for the school to be rebuilt again. It seems as though the contractor is indicating that the school is not in a safe condition and could cause serious damage and harm to pupils. So this is why they have not proceeded with the revamp and the restoration of that particular building. So what we do know is that parents are here to hand over a memorandum.
And Heidi, you've covered a story such as this one before at another school in Soweto where pupils were expected to learn in appalling conditions. Were you at this particular school? Can you describe to us, if you were there, what you saw?
Yes, we were there this morning. So basically you have a full construction site where the school used to be. It's completely stripped. There's just basically a structure and a frame of what the school used to be like. There are a number of containers to accommodate the pupils, but they are not being occupied at the moment because most of the windows have been broken, the doors are missing. The toilet facilities are in a shocking state. There is a very small container where we know that cooking takes place because there is a feeding scheme at Kwateta, and they are really struggling to basically cook there because the container is just very small. So what we do know is that the construction site is a hazard. There's a separate area where we know that the grade 12 learners are being taught in, and that is just a temporary measure, but it's not enough for everybody, and this is why the grade 8 to 11 pupils have not been able to work. The visuals that you are seeing at the moment is somebody from the district office accepting the memorandum and signing it. The SGB has handed it over, and they basically want a solution, Masego. They want either another school to be allocated to Kwateta pupils, or they want Kwateta to be finished, which is going to be a problem because already we are heading to September and pupils have already lost 3 weeks. So as you can see, this memorandum has been handed over. It is being currently signed by a district official. I must just add, Masako, we have reached out to the MEC's office. Panyaza Lesotho spokesperson Steve Mabona, he says this is more of a Department of Infrastructure issue more than it is a Department of Education issue, because learning can continue, but there is no infrastructure for that to happen. Steve Mabona has also indicated to us that they have allocated another school that will most likely be ready next week sometime. But part of the frustration that we have seen is the fact that this school has not been ready. I just want to bring in an SGB member, Princess. Princess, maybe just speak to us about what's just happened. You've handed over the memorandum to the district officer. What has she told you?
She said, the lady said she don't want to talk with the media. So I asked her to sign her signature so that we hand over the papers.
Okay, what does this memorandum say? What are you asking for?
The memorandum said on Tuesday, on the 23 August, the parents of Kwateta had a meeting, and then in the meeting we decided that we must write our memorandum to the district. Yeah, so they said the director is not around, so we give it to that lady, Tanya.
Are you satisfied with this response, and how much time are you giving them to act and make sure that pupils are back in their classrooms?
We're not really satisfied about the lady because she didn't want to talk, and then we give her 5 days to respond to our letter.
Okay, I just want to quickly tell you the spokesperson for the MEC, Panyaza Lesotho, the spokesperson Steve Mabona, says that a new school has been allocated and pupils will be put in that school by next week. Are you aware of this?
Not really, because they said they are cleaning the school. But what we want and what we need on Monday, we want our school, our learners to be there at school.
Okay.
If not, on Monday, we'll start again.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Princess. We appreciate it. So, as you can hear there, Masako, the parents and the SGB indicating that should learners not be allocated in schools by Monday, they will continue to protest and show their frustration and dissatisfaction to the fact that learners have nowhere to be taught at Kwateta.
It's quite concerning, Heidi, because as you said, exams, it's a very important time of this academic year. That is Heidi Giokos live for us in Pimville in Soweto.